A danger in all ADR, especially arbitration, is that the total costs, being the costs of the parties, the lawyers and the ADR practitioner, begins to get close to or even exceed what your clients would have to pay if they went to court and went to trial. And I struggle with the idea that arbitrators, for example, who act like judges, charge like judges, and have a sense they should be charging as much as, if not more, than the lawyers who are representing the parties. And in doing so, it starts to distort the value of the arbitral process, and it may start to disqualify people from engaging in the arbitral process at all. They may become reluctant, which would be harmful to the outcomes. And I think it's also harmful for the profession of arbitration to find that arbitration is no longer cost effective and that some disputes are simply too small to be arbitrated. And that's especially so when, as we know, many contracts and agreements include a mandatory arbitration clause. The parties have no choice but to soak up the cost. Now, the answer is not low cost. Those practitioners who adopt the low cost approach model may be taking an approach that is fast and loose. And while on the surface the service may appear to be time and cost efficient, the approach is concerned only with the final outcome, and it will always neglect to air and resolve the genesis of the dispute between the parties. And it may well amount to a misappropriation of their process, the process of the parties, and it will be devastating for the involved parties in the long run. The question then is, what can be done to ensure that ADR will remain a cost-effective alternative to litigation? And I don't believe undercharging is the way to go, because you're employing an ADR practitioner to bring their skills and their experience to the dispute. But what I think is really important is the parties have to know that they're getting value. Real value beyond the ordinary notions of confidentiality, impartiality, independence from their ADR process and from the ADR process itself.